Ron here from Crusty Cranks. I was asked by a couple subscribers if I would do some videos on specifically color recipes. So I thought, since I wanted to do more soft plastic videos and content, this would be perfect. So we're going to do a ton of recipes. We're going to do ones I've created and some of your basics, everyday usage, green pumpkin, watermelon. So if you're already making soft plastics and you want to put your recipes down and share them with the community, that's cool. Put them down in the comments, but keep them specific to each bait that we're doing so that we don't get a ton of recipes in there and get people mixed up. They can go to you want to be able to go to the video and get the recipe you're looking for. So yeah, I appreciate all the new subscribers. Shout out to everybody new. Hope you're enjoying the videos, and let's get on to making some pumpkin pie. Okay, let's see. First thing I wanted to show you, this cup of plastic's been sitting out for a few days. Actually, it's been sitting in the microwave, and all this comes out of a 5-gallon bucket of dead-on plastics. That's the plastic I use for all these videos and all these recipes. So consistently, I love dead-on plastics. It works great, and I wanted to show you a little bit about their consistency. So this cup has been sitting for a little while, and if you look at it, let me see if I can bring it up without stirring it up too much. You'll see there's two different levels. All right. And the first thing I want to tell you, if you're new to bait making and soft plastics, is you have to mix this stuff up well. If you get it in a 5-gallon bucket or a 1-gallon jug, whatever, you got to mix this stuff up good. But you can see that the consistency between their two parts is almost perfect. So I know I stirred my bucket up really good. This has been sitting for probably 2 days in the microwave. It was just a little I had left over, and I threw it in the microwave just to keep the moisture out of it as best I could. So rather than dumping it back in the bucket, opening up the bucket, exposing the bucket to more air and moisture, I just stuck it in the microwave. But you can see that consistently, you got 5, you got our first level's at 100, and then our second level is at exactly 200. So that shows you that the consistency of dead-on plastics is perfect. It's the material, and then it's the activator or the hardener in the plastic. So important thing, keep this stuff stirred up good, especially if I'm getting ready to heat it. So very important, very, very important first step, because trust me, I didn't, and I had some sample plastic, and actually what happened was it just got all gooey, and half of it didn't harden, and it just created a mess in my molds that took me hours to get all cleaned out because I shot like 4 molds. So yeah, so mix it up. All right, bring you back when we got her heated up, and we'll get started on the first color today, which is pumpkin pie. Okay, I switched to the smaller Pyrex cup than what I had that cup in, but I like to use these, the Anchor Hocking cups. I like, if I'm doing an open pour, I definitely like these. They have a little better spout on them, a little more pointy spout. So for open pours, these work a little better. But if you notice, the one cup is almost to the top, and by the time you fill that up and then heat it, you got plastic coming. If you're adding salt, if you're adding other things to it, it's going to quickly come up to the top, which causes a risk of burning yourself. So I like to use these Pyrex. One cup brings it up to about there, and it leaves me room to work with it. If I stick my injector in there, it doesn't overflow the sides and actually burn me. So we've got this heated up right now. I heat mine in 2 stages. We're at between 370 and 385. All right, it's moving around because I ain't keeping it right in front, but right now we're at 380, 383. All right, so it's a little hot, but I like the first time I like to really get it hot, but I don't like to get it too hot, if that makes sense. Try to keep it definitely under 400 degrees. and I like to give it a good stir. So I heat mine in 2 stages. Your microwave will vary. You'll play around with it, but I heat mine for 2 minutes the first time and then 1 minute the second time, just so it don't burn and scorch. I can stir it up after 2 minutes, and it comes out to a really good consistency after that 3-minute time period. Like I said, your microwave will be different, so you have to play around with your times till you get them right. All right, so for this color, we're doing pumpkin pie because it is fall and the pumpkins are coming in, and I actually sold quite a few of these. It was a color I came up by kind of by mistake. So I'll show you what I'm using. I'm using Jan's Netcraft. This is the root beer. Now I think you can use MF root beer or Netcraft root beer. Probably get the same results, but this is a bunch of sample bottles I bought, small bottles, and it's still going strong. I'm about half full. I made a lot of root beer worms out of this. But when I put it in to make some root beer red flake, I found out that it kind of turned orange. And so I added some MF light brown. All right, so we're gonna make this color, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so for pumpkin pie, we're gonna use 30 drops of Jan's Netcraft root beer. And might add, that's 30 heavy drops. All right, and then we're gonna stir that up. And like I said, it's kind of got an orange reddish tint to it, as you can see. All right, but for pumpkin pie, we want to brown that up a little bit, because once we dump our red flake in there, when you're using different color flakes, they definitely affect the hue of the worm. So let's put our red flake in, and I'm using 1 tablespoon. I'm sorry, yeah, 1 tablespoon. Couldn't remember what this is. All right, so I'll try to give you in tablespoons, so that way you can do it to what we're doing here. So when we put this red flake in, it kind of changes the hue to a little more reddish orange color. All right, so we're going to combat that a little bit and brown it up just a little bit. And we're going to use the MF. And we're going to use the MF light brown, non-bleed. All right, so this we're going to put 50 drops in. That's 25. All right, and 2. And another 25. Now the MF colors are a little, I don't want to say weak, but a little more transparent. So you got to add a little bit more of those to get the colors that you're looking for. All right. So this is going to be a little transparent, but I'm making these exactly how I made the ones I sold. And then we did an opaque version of them too, which was even a lot darker. So for the opaque version, just double everything. All right, so 1 cup, we used 30 drops of root beer, Jan's Netcraft, and 50 drops of MF light brown, non-bleed. All right, let's heat that up one more time just to make sure we're good, and we'll shoot them. Okay, I'm using the bass tackle. Like I said in the beginning, I will use this same mold on all of them so you can always compare the colors. All right, so I'm using a bass tackle 4-inch and 5-inch stick worm, BT stick. And I'm using a 6-inch injector on these. A 6-ounce, I'm sorry, 6-inch. And I fill it all the way up so I can shoot both of them good. Still leaves me with about half of a tube left. So I can come back and fill up the sprues. Okay, we'll let that cool, and I'll bring you back and we'll see what she looks like. Okay, let's see what she looks like. This is the 4-inch sticker. See if I can get them all out to stay. This is a good bait. I mean, I love using these 4-inch. These things, when they ain't biting on the big stuff, go to this 4-inch and you will catch some bass. All right, there's the 4-inch. And then the favorite, which I sold a bunch of these. I was surprised. So I actually have an order that I'm going to show you a little bit of them at the end, so you can see it on different baits. Okay, there's the 5-inch. All right, let's see what they look like. This is still pretty much an opaque color. By the time you add the brown and the root beer, it's a pretty solid color. And I don't know if on camera you'll be able to see how that is, but it's a nice dark worm. Works out really good. It looks like a good cooked pumpkin pie. So that's where, hence the name pumpkin pie. All right, got a bunch of these to pour, so I'm going to get busy and I'll bring you back in the end and I'll show you some finished products. And we'll go outside and take a look at them. Okay, we're back with the sampler platter. That's what I'm going to start calling this, the sampler platter. I'll have different baits on here that I'm making for orders. But I wanted to show you some finished pieces just to let you see what things look like. As you can see on this little twin tail menace, the transparency of it. Okay, and a curly tail. And the beaver. Okay, so with this color, you actually, if you want them darker, just add more colorant. So, all right, here's the ones I did just recently for the video. And you can see, we'll take it outside and take a look at it. But you can see that it's pretty transparent, or not transparent, opaque. Here's one with salt. So you can see no salt, not a big difference, just a little bit of a hue, of a lighter hue But I did add more to that, about 10% more. Let's see, here's a 5-inch, and here's a 5-inch we just did. So you can see right there the difference when you add salt. Okay. All right, so yeah, that's going to wrap up this video. I'll show you some outside scenes in the end, but like I said, I want to try to keep these quick, short and quick for you, so you can get right to the mix. All right, so there we go. Jan's Netcraft root beer and MF light brown. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all the subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Ring that notification bell so you get notified when we put up the next video. And always remember, stay crusty, my friends.